he never would let me get rid of it. So after he died, I put it in a frame. So,
That's the one you had the dream about, wasn't it? Or,
yeah.
You told me that last year. That's why I turned this thing on, because I want to get the story again.
Seen this soldier lying, in the battlefield, and I thought my husband was going to have to go there. And I was so broke up about it. Now this, I'm starting on it, you see. Yeah. But I mix my colors the same as the deer and the trees.
That's what makes them blend in so well.
Then I
That's a three-dimensional.
Yeah.
Well, that's got a cotton stuff in there.
Yeah. Here's your job, stuffing these legs.
Oh,
You did that. That isn't a kid or anything, is it? You done that?
No.
Wow, that's really something. Well, I didn't know it was done. Well, I didn't know you even did those. These others aren't done that way.
No.
Well, that really is something.
That's
My
just sketched on a piece of
Yeah.
masonite. I didn't have anything to look at it now. Like this, the fabric, drapery. And it was a good grade they were selling, and they sold the pictures. But I sewed around them, you see, everything, and then I stuffed them.
My
And,
goodness, that is really
I've made 40 of
Why?
My word. Oh, I would think that
And the
would be
first
so
ones I sold at $10 a piece, and then some folks come along here and said, "You're crazy."
Yeah, the work you
Yeah,
got in
I
there,
have.
my goodness, yes.
And said, "We'll give you 25 for what you've got painted." And so they bought all I had.
Well,
And this is the part.
that's pretty.
They're grade 2.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
That's pretty.
and I painted some for the children,
Isn't
the
that
wild geese, the quail, and they were just lovely.
I think these are awfully pretty, these covers. Have you done this on the machine or by hand?
By hand.
That's what I thought.
And that was, they sent me the stuff from the garment factory.
Yeah.
They had taken it out and burned it and
Yeah.
whatever. He said, "Would you like some of that to make rugs or something?" I made all these rugs.
Oh, I think those are so pretty.
Now, is this a pattern? Is this any particular pattern? Or?
It's called a log cabin,
Yeah.
but I worked it out in a kind of a different fashion. It's the real log cabin pattern, but I made it just different on this.
Well,
I
now-
thought it would make a pretty.
That's awfully pretty. Did the lady see it after they were finished and strapped? Did she see it after they
Yes,
put together?
they seen it, and she wanted me, well, I made her a rug.
Oh,
I
my.
got her a rug. I
That's
made
pretty.
three of these.
Yes, that's pretty.
Well,
You just sit down here and don't do anything, do you?
No.
Just sit down.
I've been
down.
down the rest.
Yeah, just don't do anything. Just sit on Bear Creek and doesn't do a thing, Mona.
When I'm rested.
Yeah.
Oh,
my goodness.
Yeah, when I'm rested. Ruth's been playing over the song.
Oh, sure. I should have brought my guitar. I didn't think about
Yeah,
putting it
she
in.
thought you'd gone to
I'll be done.
sing.
Why, sure. Well, I should have put it in. Running behind.
Well, I'll practice it, so he said,
Well.
you'll be wanting to play the guitar.
Well, that's it. I wish I wish I'd have put it in. But I tell you, she'll be better with her. That's right. That's right. That's,
Well, Ruth doesn't practice as much as she ought to, but she's getting better all the time. And this is my great-grandson.
Oh, sweet.
Isn't
Darling.
that girl? They're 3 years old now.
Oh, they are darling.
And this is his first child.
Oh,
His
no,
first
she's a
child.
very attractive little girl.
And this is their mother over. East tomorrow, southeast tomorrow, southwest tomorrow.
Was this your husband?
Mary.
This is my husband. He died. That was May on the 3rd. No, it was on December, I believe, and he died the 3rd of April.
what year is it?
At the same time, it's 51.
Now, what was his name?
Ralph.
Ralph, yeah. I've heard Elmo talk of all of his uncles, you know, and that there was quite a few, and I guess
Yeah.
confused
Well,
as to who was.
And this is my two sons.
Oh,
This is the
now,
one.
Well, now we met the one in the back picture. He lives in Forsyth, doesn't he?
This is,
yeah.
yeah, you've met him.
yes, we did meet him.
Now,
This is the preacher down here. He lives down in this house where you
yeah, where we
turned.
turned. I haven't met him.
Yeah,
Well, now, where does he have a church? Or?
down here in the cave. He's been
Oh.
preaching there 10 years.
Is it the one down off the road there? Oh, okay.
It's a
Down there on
little
Sunday now.
non-denominational
Well, that's where you were telling me
church.
she went, but I didn't know your
yeah.
son was the preacher.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's been preaching there 10 years, and there's every denomination you know to go. Oh, well, that's what I always said. Every time, but there's Assembly, the Church of God, the Christian Union, and Pentecost, and this girl in here belongs to the Nazarene. So, and we all work together,
Well, I
happy.
told Gordon, I feel we're all striving for the same direction.
Well, we
so,
can't get along and be
that
happy.
here,
We have to meet up there. It's true.
so I feel that that's the way it should be.
Let's see, here's Betty and Elmo.
I'll see how that is. I don't
Betty and Elmo, I believe, isn't it?
That's Betty Elmo.
Yeah.
Rocking chair. Oh, I love this little quilted back.
I wonder.
Who's this, Charlie?
Grandpa used to do a lot of singing too, and he got older.
Now, Charlie sang a lot, didn't he?
Oh, Charlie was
He
just
was
saying,
younger though than Grandpa.
but what his old broom, I always got a kick out of hearing Charlie sing it, you know, he was just really singing it. Now, he courted this with his daughter, and then how offended she got because her daughter would come before she wanted to get married.
Oh.
And she landed on him with a broom, and she beat him, and she banged him, and the old woman that she with it hit me once more in the head with his chair. And this and that. Anyway, she sent him a reel and clear under the bed.
Oh.
So she beat me, she banged me, but at last I got clear. I'm out of my horse and for home as it's here.
Oh.
And the moral of the thing, a widow's own daughter never go to sea.
Max Hunter tapes in, and there's a couple of tapes by Charlie Ingenthron over there at the library. You want me to tape them off for you sometime? Of him singing.
Yeah.
If you don't have them, I thought you'd like to have them.
Well,
yeah.
there's several of those, you know, and there's WPA's Van Frandolph.
Yeah, Van got a little bit of a grant. First
Yeah,
money
they
he
got
ever
a bunch of those songs of the hills in there. In Pembroke, and you can order those.
You
on the
know,
record.
you can't get that 4-volume set of his. It's
No,
really scarce.
And you know, they like you never got that thing paid out. Well, I think they tried to sell all those for $2.50 back then in the present days. Anyway, Vance to tell me about it. I knew a guy had one.
Did you tell
He's been in the hospital.
Elmo?
Yeah.
You might want to send him a card.
He,
An old boy called Napier from down here.
Yeah,
Went in
they
the
wrote that
War-
little book.
World War I, yeah. He was in the Army when the war broke out. And he wrote me a letter the other day. He's pretty bad shape too, and he said Vance was in
he's in Ward 1A if you want to drop him a line. Now, he's going to be there a while longer, too, because I talked to the nurse yesterday. Oh, just age, and they need to get him regulated a little better in his habits.
Yeah.
It's been, well, he's been overindulged, and that's what's been the problem. Now, his legs were swollen up, and he wrote me a letter, goodbye, old friend, you know, that type. And he was really, the first day I saw him, he was in bad shape. And what about, what? What? Oh, yeah. But he, anyway, by about 4 days later, my gosh, his legs were down, and he's feeling, we got rid of the bed sores he had on him.
You know, you get a lot of that water buildup now. And the most interesting thing, my father, you know, had a prostate gland operation. It was supposed to be malignant when he was late 70s. They didn't give him over 2 years at the most, and probably in a year. Well, so, you know, they put him on that drug, hormone drug.
Yeah.
And he got on kind of, but he was ready to get spelling. He'd go to the doctor, and he'd say, the doctor give him a shot, and he'd urinate a lot, and he'd go down.
Yeah.
And
Venice.
they play kids at a minute right.
No, they are young fish.
Where?
I believe, right here.
Oh, those are minnows.
No, they're so
Yes,
big.
they're
for
big
minnows.
minnows, that's all. They're not, well, they're fish, yeah, but they're minnows.
Yeah, this always good thing.
Yeah. Oh, look at it.
I thought they were something else besides
Betty
Fiddle.
don't like to use minutes. It hurts the minutes when you put them on the head.
Yeah, I don't like that.
You sound like me and the worms.
Oh, I tell
used to
you,
use a
in the
Kleenex
rain,
when I
don't we?
put the worms on. But it's actually the pond there.
But that little creek can get vicious.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's been over this many a time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Reading Ralph put that little rock there, you see.
Yeah.
Forcing
around the
flow up
bridge.
and drop that one above it, you know. And this gets
Well,
settled
our
in.
boys have a lot of times of playing in the water here.
Oh, beautiful.
There you go, water.
One time me and Ella heard a
don't
bunch
know.
of noise going
She's
on.
gonna
I
have-
went to come to look, and some kids were going down here in the inner tube.
Yeah.
Oh boy, they
But-
really got their fannies
Oh,
pumped
yeah.
on some of these flocks down here.
Yeah.
That's kind of a shame. Because the other goes, my boy there, grow up and they give up a lot of it.
Well, we're all going to have to, because they won't be around. No, I that make any difference. It's not going to be here like it is now. Look how much has gone in the last 20 years.
Oh my God.
It's just too many people. Too many people. I almost wish I hadn't seen White River and James River before the dam.
Well, I wish that it captured a lot of student views.
Well, they have been.
Before the backwater.
They have been, if we could find it. In fact, there was a group down here from Chicago that was making a movie of floating on the White River. And remember when it came up prematurely and went through the center of the dam, remember, before they were finished?
Yeah.
Well, that ended it, see?
Right.
But some group out of Chicago was making 16-millimeter sound film. And they had come, this was their second year to be here, and they were going to come back and finish the float, film the following year, and that's when the water came up. Now, I know lots of people. I have colored slides of certain spots of it, you know. Now, I wish we could get those together and make it look like that, like the Buffalo River.
You know.
If I don't know if you can make your money back on it.
All my life, see, I don't remember what the river looked like when the lake came from old, of course. Now they have vivid recollection.
Oh, yeah.
Regrettably, they didn't move the graveyards or anything. It used to be. Some of those, when the water would go down, those graves, some would be picking up the water. But they're pretty well sedimented.
Oh, yeah. You don't have to dig them out if the lake went out now. They'd be covered up. Well, you know they would, with all that
The
growth.
strange thing about it is, we have people trying to find the dates of their grandparents or great-grandparents that's buried under there, and they don't know when they're born or when they died or anything. They record keeping that. That makes pretty little building size right up there on the flat.
Wasn't that easy? This is just beautiful. It's long, narrow bottom through here.
You know, I've seen it.
Typical Ozark.
Her husband was a fire mechanic. He had a gasoline engine.
I tell you, when it's pretty to walk down through here, and when there's a little bit of ice on all of these bushes.
And
He
had
on
irrigation
the
system.
way in.
Irrigated
On the
field
rock
and there was
bluff,
vegetables.
the first one he ever
Going down the drop
saw
of
ice. Yeah,
water
yeah.
running.
That's that time we came after the meeting. Hey, when is the next White River Valley meeting? Second?
Forward, across on the other side. Sometimes you get stuck in it. And I was fortunate, my first wife at Bonnie Brook, her brother was caretaker there, he and his wife, and we got about every weekend. Well, I had my few model Ford in those days, and coming out there about 2 o'clock in the morning, I got stuck down in that creek. Cold and disagreeable to this.
Yeah.
I went up, routed LV out. He went out. Oh, he said he just did glad to help me. He said I have to grab my bike and hunt up the horses out of the way. And he went and found those horses and come down and pulled me out of that creek. And you know, I wasn't no way you could say that, man. Always said I'm just happy to help you out. But as the time went on, I had his 2 daughters in high school, and I certainly saw what LV knew I appreciated it very much. Yeah, just imagine that. I asked him an awful lot of them.
Yeah, George took, he and I went up to Bonnie Brook, like left over here about a month and a half, 2 months ago.
Yeah, they're starting a foundation or something to reconstruct that thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know where they'll get with it. Or just what's behind
Yeah,
it
of
all.
course, their QPS is coming up here. I know it's in a few weeks.
That's going to be the weekend I'm down in Helena, Arkansas. Arkansas Annual Historical Society meeting.
Clay, that's got.
He'll be here about noon. One of them when they come, I said, oh, I imagine we could get there around 10.
We talked about this all year. We're going to go down, and I found out the trouble is, on Friday night, I'm busy, so I can't go to Saturday, which is okay. It's an out view on the 23rd. I'm going to
Yeah, Coon County cabin over there, is that on the highway gate there, wire?
Our place?
Yeah. I drove down in there, you see that torpedo cave is off to the right, down there quite a ways. And I drove on down to the thing there. And I've never seen so much building.
It's like a town. Oh, yeah, I don't even enjoy going there anymore. It's like going to Springfield, just, power mowers going and people.
Down in that bear didn't holler. That runs on up in Joe Emerson's ranch. He had 1,000 acres more up in there.
Used to be an old cabin right there at the mouth of it. Remember that?
No, don't remember much about the
Thunder
mouth of
River.
it. But he told me there's a big old cave up in there, but he didn't go in the cold feeder cave. There's a big bear in the cave. And they said, I'll have to take you down there.
Yeah.
You know, you'll find stuff.
That bear didn't holler. It used to be the old road that came from,
Well, the road went up there.
yeah.
Looked like an old top end up there.
and there was a road that also came along the bluff.
Shelter too down in there somewhere.
Yeah, but there was a night rider's cabin right at the mouth of the, where it ran into danger. Of course, that's underwater. Real old cabin. They just rolled over there. No, he's up on. Yeah. Yeah, it's Buttermilk Springs. Oh boy. Smells good. Smells good. Yeah.
Smells better every time I come in.
Yeah.
You want to wait for 20 minutes?
Well, ask Elmo. I don't know whether. He'll be here.
I had a mold like that, and my grandmother used to make butter, and I call it cow butter, and Gordon laughed about it. He says, why do you think, where do you think all butter comes from?
Well, some of it comes out of corn oil and all kinds of
Yeah, but we used to call it cow butter. That's what I call the homemade butter.
Same thing with my mother when she referred to the cow, it was always cow brew.
Cow brew.
And we're saying they'll get used to that word cow brew.
They heat it up and put it in the can and you would buy it.
The old city boy like me, I've never heard of light bread.
That's what we used to call sliced bread.
Well,
My
here's
grandmother
my
made.
own. Don't forget this is my own starter yeast bread.
Oh my, that looks fun. Oh, everything looks so good. I can't wait very
Well, you better get here,
Like,
that's all.
you better come through.
I mean, that's when we're letting me from the
That's right.
Yeah.
I told Ruth this morning, I said, well, I hope these will, Emma, can I call today? 12 o'clock noon. Because down when
We'll go ahead. When he gets here, okay. Because you
Yeah,
never
well,
know.
don't mess, just sure, he won't, and he wouldn't expect
he
it.
wouldn't mind.
No, he wouldn't expect it.
No, he wouldn't mind.
No.
When Ralph was foreman for the Millard Savings Company, my husband, we invited the president of the mill to supper one evening, or to dinner rather. And he'd been used to dinner at 6 o'clock at night. I cooked a big dinner this way. He didn't show up.
Oh my.
And so
Don't
Ralph
get
said,
the evening dinner, you know, and he was used to a noonday dinner.
a noon dinner, that's dinner to me. It
Dinner
won't
to
be
me
as
is
long
what
as
they
I
say
feel.
lunch. I call it dinner. That's dinner to me, yeah.
Well, you know, the old Navy,
Right, yeah.
the old Navy is still
Yeah.
breakfast,
Yeah.
dinner, and supper.
And supper at 6
Oh, I think that way the more goes on.
Well, yeah, it was us, but
If I
the Navy carried that on down through World War II anyway.
Where is that
Oh,
true?
here's a waiting.
I see it on the dress.
Where's the fruit? And it's sitting over in the window.
I see it on your dress, but I don't see it.
When the tinker come up here one time, she was sitting over there and her daughter over here, and it showed in her face.
There it is. Oh. I see it on her dress. See it on her dress?
Oh, yes. And it showed
And
on
I
her
couldn't
face,
see it.
and it jumped up and run third and says, oh my Lord, Mother, what's the matter with you?
Oh,
She was scared to death, and I said, well, Claire, don't worry, that's nothing, it's just from the window.
You know,
well, now,
this younger generation,
one of
it's
my
been
dad would
extreme
be
for
nice
them
to put around
to
with
observe an old German butcher where they're making liver sausage, cleaning intestines and all the things that went there, butchering. My mother also tells us that the first year she and Dad was married, she came from a small family. They had 17 big fat oaks thrown up at one time. And she never would forget that. When they was in her smaller family, we would push a couple of oaks.
well, that's just good. Well, now, I know it's in the book. Even my family used to make something they called head,
Yeah.
you
It
know,
was good.
and they cracked it, and, you know, it's like,
Like to get cold spice.
it was like the closest thing to lunch meat that we ever had, you know. But now that's not the same thing as liver sausage.
No, liver sausage, you take crap and tenderloin, put the head underneath it, you put steak in it, and onions and I don't know what to do that.
Now, when I was reading her book, it sounded very good, but I didn't. What do you want to drink?
Water.
Did he press the press?
I'll have that. I tasted it day occasionally. You got it like it. There's no trouble.
I'll have coffee.
Oh, you want the sauerkraut?
It slides off and the intestines slide
Or
off.
if you got it,
That's what I mean.
You want high. Well, of course, you're ignorant of somebody's good sauce, somebody's used to it. So I took them up to Hazel, pork. Her brother's wife, and he almost thrown it out. You go out playing some kind of darn trickery, you know. But then you have to perforate the intestine, hold the sausage. So the skin's put out, and you just curl it up like a snake in the skillet, and fry it, and have it brown, and then I get cut it out and oil.
well, now, I've never heard that, but they did make their head piece, and they seem to utilize it.
Oh, yeah, you utilize it.
They seem to utilize everything for the pork, you know.
Most of the old families did, saved everything that's clear. Now, my old grandfather, we didn't at home, but he saved the blood and made blood cells on it. And then we did that part. At home, we never saved the blood, but we saved blood everything else.
I can remember my uncle wrapping up the tail one time at Christmas time, giving it to my cousin and I. You know, we had a Christmas and of course he gave us something else, but we cried because we were salted when he gave us that. We couldn't take the dough very well. I guess that's the biggest we had they bought.
For years on that, the first out of the farm, and I had my brother, just a brother, so every 6 months, one of the other, the beef and half, like we always had. Our freezer beef, not more than Another thing I really like is British cornbread, British meal. Before the corn dry with the shell and brine. That's just bottled cornbread, but it's got a real cornbread.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I've ever eaten. I don't think.
I tell you about you like it. Or did you get to meet this Lyle Owen, or Lyle Wood? Yeah, you got some Lyle down there.
Yeah. Say, that was the other thing I was going to ask.
You
Did you tell me that man, he sent me a text for those masks?
Your wife go around
He said it all the time. I told him on. Pardon?
You and your wife Fiddle over
Okay.
there, and you're going
You had imposed the invoice with me, but I don't think we got the postage bill.
Oh, I'm going to get that, I think. Okay, yeah, that'd be fine.
Where do you want me to come like some?
No, no.
No,
Why don't you say with a moment now?
okay. Maybe I don't want to sit on the
What did you
end.
say?
No, I said right here at the end.
Well, that's-
Yeah.
I'll
You
take
did.
it with me.
So we got some kind of
Yeah, I think I have cornbread all night.
Get yourself at home here.
What do we got here? You're gonna have to kind of.
Now this is wild onions nowadays.
Oh, God.
Oh,
And
That's very common.
cornbread to go
I'll
with
never forget
it.
a little boy that, we had a bunch of wild onions and eggs fried up together. My brother was out of interest in only turkey's head, he said.
Anyhow, I just
Hard on the
right
stomach,
what
but
are
it's
you
there.
drinking? Oh, what are you gonna drink?
well, I'll try
Coffee or tea?
coffee, but I really would like to try both. Is that okay?
Sure. Okay. That's what we need.
Which do you want first?
That's right first.
Now, that'll be fine. Just give me about half a cup, please. Give her about a half a cup.
That was the deal. Well, that's himself, we're gonna start that 3 cents, but that's the first.
Well, now, give her something.
What is it? Thank you.
Oh, I've been on the back side of the next one.
Did you see her cellar? No, we'll have to, we've seen so many things, and I'm so many we've been visiting.
Oh, this call, sitting here ready to die
Yeah.
again? I don't know.
Don't know if you want coffee or
Oh,
tea.
I'll take these first.
You want some tea and coffee, well, we got more. Plenty more. Got plenty of more. I bake my cornbread with skillet because it gets brown.
Oh, I do mine too, and I'm still.
Yeah, I
Oh,
like
the old square corn bread.
it brown.
We used to always want to get the corn feet, it ain't more stuff.
Yeah. No, I told that little kid, I just moved, that's fine.
You about. Got it turned off.
Well, the boys set the roof on the place, they know we want to get it.
We make it tied up.
Who says the blessing? Father in heaven, we thank you for this noonday meal. We ask you to bless this food to the nourishment of our bodies. Bless everyone that's represented around this table. Guide us and protect us. When you're done with it, just save us in one very kingdom and praise.
Oh, where's the car?
Now, you just act like you're home with
Take
ourselves.
it. Take it over there.
No sugar in it, so have sweetness. Suit yourself.
If you want it, sweet.
You really got a city boy here, that's the first time I've ever tasted that.
No,
Yeah, I told you, you really got a city boy. No, anything I married a country family, did it? We know you talked about the garden, you didn't hear me say like that, did you? She knows what everything.
Your name is McCann. My daughter's been raised across over there by Clayton Hill.
Oh,
With
wow.
McCann, relatives from there.
I've always been around, but I've never lived in it.
Well, grandfather Hamlin from first wife was McCann.
We're not related to any of them that are.
And I don't know, he had a brother on Bear Creek. He had been way down there, Critter Creek to get some corn. His grandfather went and stayed all night
Aren't you gonna have some corn?
with
Come on, Mike.
her brother. But he didn't remember his name. He just said, he's buried under Lake King from over in that year, Dan, great brother.
Put them closer together, get everything on its place. Oh, my, that looks good. Probably frozen. Is this your frozen corn? Yeah.
That's the last of it. Bill said when I run out, let him know. He'll bring me some more. Now, I don't know how it's come out with this meatloaf, how good it's going to be. Ruth said she liked it just a little sweet, and my ketchup was a little sweet. I didn't have any tomatoes this in.
Did you make it yet?
Yeah. Two points, I know the one coming up.
Oh, yeah. Now, we can't have second, can we?
Yeah.
Third.
Third. And beneath the floor.
You know, I'll tell you a funny story about homemade ketchup. I had my great-grandmother's sister, my great-great-aunt, it's Richard Carty.
Elmo, you got corn?
And we were,
I'm gonna, I got down that one, I got that
oh,
call.
excuse me, cornbread.
Cornbread?
I guess we just started to have cornbread.
This comes,
And she had He said, I've got some homemade tomato juice. Give your dad one little glass before you leave. And he said, oh, yeah, you know. I know it looked a little thick, but she poured it. And I sipped a little bit of it. Oh, my God, you know, it's really strong. Well, after we left, my mother laughed and said, homemade cabbage juice for it.
Yeah.
But she didn't. She thought she was pouring.
Well, I thought my tomatoes, I know folks have made a lot, and
My goodness. I didn't realize that time. Well,
you got a spoonful of these onions and get them to going around. I think that's all I want to have.
There comes somebody.
Oh, no, there's something that, well, we can, yes, we can, yeah, we'll do right now. Oh, yeah, you know how it is. Okay, you folks move up that way, and I'll put one here and one there.
Just move that way, let me stand out. Let's wait and see if it's one. Has small children.
no.
It's just
Now, we'll set in right there, and it was all
Yeah, not much left.
Oh. Come on down this way. Well, here we have plenty.
We've got room here. We've got room for it right here.
Watch it.
No. Oh, we waited on you. Yeah.
We know when we started.
Not gonna do much. I'm quite happy.
We just went ahead.
Well, good. I'm glad you did. I apologize.
And Miss Palmer.
Hi, dude. Hi, dude. Nice to meet you.
And I meet.
I think you and I went to different schools together, didn't we?
No, we didn't. That was Jack and Ray, my friend. The coffee, iced tea.
I'll have iced tea, please. I might try a little sassafras tea, too.
Okay, they're trying their first two.
Yeah. Boys about to get the rope on.
Yeah, they've got it on now. I made the mistake of going out there, and then I got people in from Iowa and North. I just other people, I don't know where they were from. West Eden came out. And the first thing you know, I was about an hour late. I had to go get some seats. I had to go to Painesville.
You sound like it.
Belmo doesn't get that messed up. You know what you're eating there?
All their taste good. All their.
No, I've never eaten real wild.
Well, you just got a wild dinner today.
I heard this is going to be a wild party.
Wild onions, and wild greens, and wild blueberry pie.
Oh, my goodness. This is the one of them.
Like you said, out there, they're just like a wheat field.
You got to show us those girls.
Good.
Yeah,
You like finger on your green there, you do the finger right there. I have such a plate full of food, it's unreal.
I'm going to have to have 3 plates before we're through here.
I'll be in the fine room.
I'll see. No, I'll just sit there. Well, this is like a member was.
I'm going to take a picture of your plate.
I'm not through yet.
I'll go early before you do that.
You get that thing loaded up.
You want some sassafras first?
Oh, either way. Oh, boy. Yeah, I know I like wild greens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit like that.
If you go to salad, just move that around now your way, and we'll carry it something else.
Well, you're lucky we're so nice and pass back.
Yeah, I'm surprised you think that much
Now, what are the next drinks, man?
Well, they're just about, I couldn't very hot all in that. I had it in the freezer. I didn't get those two.
probably what it'd be
Right
like.
at Polk and there, Dock and Lamb's Quarter and Mount there and Deer. No, I didn't get any alfalfa. My alfalfa all died out.
Around 45 in the spring of the year, and the alfalfa come out. You see the town women with their bonnet on, out in those fields, you got wild man getting some alfalfa.
My place, what are you talking about? Look at yours.
Just take the modest mouth,
What? You were gonna run out of room before I did.
We're going to get a picture, please.
there. I got one look at it.
Yeah, you're not through yet.
Oh, right.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a picture of my place and label it garden place. My caption will say it's a garden place.
Now,
There's some jelly or something.
Oh, I need some jelly bad.
Well, this is strawberry preserve.
it's also else on these
Want some of it now?
No, I think I'll wait till
I'll leave that up. I'll make that.
Well, it's all very good.
Come on, Daddy, I don't feel as good as I used to, though.
Well,
I'll bet.
I'm sorry to say, I think this is very good.
Boy, growing up, I had several hands. You can make one place to the other, each time.
I mean, you look at the, better mine too, when your husband performed down there.
I didn't cook.
They cook there.
No. I sometimes help, but I didn't cook there. I sometimes help.
I think one of the funny stories you get to tell, and I always enjoyed it, is that the time they were at Newcastle, Colorado, and they, now he's not taking his own place, he's taking somebody else's. Oh, the time that the burro got into the city.
I don't know, it's a burro.
No, I mean, you don't have to.
Get that.
See where this thing is. Long way to go.
Even bite out cornbread.
Say that clapper in the old times, he started, he was starter. I never bought it in the years. I make my own, I have to step up on this if I eat it. These onions are not so good, it stops too long. And what? It stops too long. That's what we used to call when we waited, let them wait too long after I cut them up for a cook.
Oh, I think
Now I used to, well, back when I was a child, it was an awful poor family, and not even those years. Straight across the field next to Walker. And on that bluff, the onions come real early. And they call it Tucker's Garden, that is their name, Tucker. Well, they lived out of that, off of that bluff, a wild onion. They just were cleaning and started. But it's a lot of vitamins in the wild onions. They're good for you. You can eat all you want of these and you can't. Hang on to the Not a big onion brought me this morning from Ogden, Utah. From Ogden, Utah. They were picking it, oh, it's bigger than this, oh, it's big.
Did a friend bring them or?
They were in here visiting or children that lives up above me here. I mean, you just have to help yourself. I'm not much of a hostess.
Oh, my.
Well,
I
Said I'm
disagree
really
with
bad.
that.
Let everybody help themselves.
You ever eat spring beauty balls? You know what those are? Little balls on little lady places, little fire that's moving right now.
You got a little heavy roof on it, little round
Yeah,
ball.
those balls. You ever eat
Yes, I used to.
Yeah, well, right.
Huh?
All I know about is spring beauty, or spring beauty.
Another farm, swamp, we just had, big similar to our old house.
I didn't get
How
those
big ball on the bottom, and then do the I don't think that started my farm, about like 2 months ago. Ain't not long ago, and then just tried some other than that. So that's great, it's pretty nursing.
back when my brother and I started sheep. When you read my book, you read how I started sheep. We've been doing the trees when we get home.
How many onions did you have to pick to get this many? This is your own. Oh, yeah, a bunch of them.
Oh, I've had it till full. But
You must have taken a bushel back to me.
oh no, I was just on the cooking kettle.
Dr. Johnny go.
I take my sharp knife and I get all the top of them and I stuff under the ground to cut the root off the floor. Take it, pull it up, take a hold of the spoon, shake all the crunch out of it, and then I take this part of it and pick off the dead limbs with this thing. But they're all ready to wash and cut up.
Pretty good story of the worked up on the Dr. Johnny go. You don't have any red around 4 times. He was a professor in University, and then he went to India for 11 years instead of he gives a pretty good talk of flies on India. And you know, he takes from the woods, he likes really much. With a backpack, people flew around Brazzaville back in India, gone 2 or 3 days sometimes. He passed him on the road, he doesn't want to ride.
Now, he walked these trails.
He was mistaken him for some real tramp.
He wanted to find out
But he
nature.
loves, he likes woods all themselves, stroll around. I think maybe that's the reason too, but very ready to have.
Can you have some a little bit later? Oh, those pickles.
I used to have him in baking. Dad had to write a large.
I have to wait. I have to do more.
You're talking to me. They got me ahead of you.
Now your last one's down.
Well, we have 4 children, and it seems like they all go in different directions.
Well, I guess when you get up, figure they do.
Well, I just have one, and he goes everywhere. He goes on the North Fork and somewhere.
Yeah, North.
Elmo and my son Bill went in more directions than he knew how to.